Today, we want to talk about meditation, how meditation helps us process life.
Welcome to Processing Life with Ness and Yan. This podcast is where we process life out loud, messy, honest, and unfinished. Let's process life together.
Okay, so where do we start? Again, this is non-scripted, no guides.
No outlines.
We're just throwing out the question or the topic and then we dive in. Okay, so Yan, how did you start your meditation practice?
I started my meditation practice a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Um, and this was coming from a very low place. And I didn't really have any meditation practice before that. So I actually went into a 10-day silent retreat, and it taught me how to meditate. We did so for almost 4 or 5 hours each day for 10 days straight. And this is an extreme kind of meditation because you weren't allowed to talk to anyone, to write on anything, to read on any books. And so you're just left with your thoughts and basically everything that's in between your ears.
How did it help you after that?
It helped me realize a lot of things, like where my suffering is coming from, what were the lingering stories that triggered me or that made me sad, that made me lonely, that made me angry. And meditation helped me gain perspective. It gave me power, power back to myself. If I can say that. Um, and it gave me a lot of self awareness. You know that all these things that I've been going through can be not really what do you call this? Uh you can't really take them away completely in that short span of time, but that meditation practice helped me shed every time I do meditation, it sheds something. It helps lessen the load to the point that there was less trigger or there was no trigger at all, depending on whatever it is that caused my suffering, caused my anxiety, caused my depression, caused instability in my mental health. So
So since 3 years, from 3 years ago to the present, how has it been like for you? How does it help you process life?
it is a tool for me that helps me recenter. I don't do it on a daily basis now, but I know I can always go back to it. Like in that silent retreat that I attended, it was called Vipassana. And the requirement there was an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening. So I'm not doing that now. But then I would give myself time and space to sit in quiet, to meditate, even if it's just a few minutes to half an hour. it really depends, and there's no really uh strict requirement because it's really for you. There's no right or wrong in doing it. And I think that's also the kind of practice that I wanted to do, because it's not rigid, it's free flowing. And I feel like no matter the length I spend, the length of time I spend on meditating, it always gives me a positive result. How about you, Ness? I know meditation has been in your practice for a while. So how did you get started with it?
I'm recalling it now, and to be honest, it was because of the book Eat, Pray, Love that I finally took a moment to just sit. I think this was around 2013 or so. But even before that, ang dami kong attempts to try to sit and just do nothing, and it was so hard. It was so hard, and at that time, my son was still little. Maybe how old was he then? Below 8 years old. Yeah. So, siyempre, istorbohin ka niya, you know. And one time, I went inside our room and I saw him sitting in meditation pose, facing the window. So, ginagaya niya ako. So, he was seeing it from me. And I think the first few months or the year was just a struggle to really sit. And I just kept repeating to myself, um, it's okay if your head is loud and noisy and crazy, just monkey mind. It's okay, it's okay. And I would time myself, I think, for 5 minutes, and wala pang 3 minutes. I was so impatient. I couldn't sit for long. And then I found uh well, it's a free meditation, guided meditation, and you're supposed to do it like during the day, but I did it sleeping because it was easier dahil tulog na yung anak ko, and then I can was just quiet, no one will disturb me. So I would put headphones on and I would lie down and I would just follow and I would fall asleep. And I think it was like a 21-day thing. So I did the 21 days. And after that, I tried not having music, no guided, no, not listening to anything. And I guess the rest is history. But every time I look at other meditators, other meditation teachers, they always say na kahit 10 years ka nang nagme-meditate, there's always like an on and off. So there are days that you're doing it every day, and there are just months where probably do it every other or every other week. And so I just saw it as something that's just a part of your lifestyle, like you like pizza, but you don't have to eat pizza every day. And when you do eat it, there's no problem eating it. It's not like, oh, I hate this, or like I have to do this every day. So wala nang ganong pressure. You just know that it's part of your breathing, it's part of your walking. And some days it's easier to sit, some days are hard. Depende din, napansin ko rin na pag may pinagdadaanan ako, um, marami akong iniisip, it's harder to sit. But at the same time, when I know I'm going through a deep healing, it's easier for me to sit longer. And I won't even notice that 30 minutes has passed or an hour has passed. It's like I'm processing something inside me. So I let it. Um, I just, it's like, it's this organic thing that will keep changing as you change, as you evolve. But for you, specifically for you, Yan, how do you use meditation to process something that you're processing? Like may nangyari and nagalit ka or whatever it is, and you have to process it. How does meditation help you in that sense?
For me, it helps me in a way that first, it helps me recenter. And then when I'm back to my center, something would just come up, like a feeling, an explanation of why I got angry, why I got frustrated, why I'm worrying too much about something. And it's usually something deeper, something I would not have spotted at the height of anger, disappointment, or whatever. So it would give me clarity and understanding in that moment. And para siyang, alam mo yung alam mo naman kung bakit ka nati-trigger. Pero ang knee-jerk reaction mo is, like for me, my default is anger. So, ang knee-jerk reaction ko, if I'm not centered, if I'm not aware, if I'm not doing any of my mindful routines, hindi ko siya hindi ko siya maka-catch ng basta-basta. So, I would lash out, I would get angry, I would just be so frustrated, resentful, and all that negative, heavy stuff. So, meditation helps me a lot to just give it space. It helps me become aware of wherever I feel it in my body. So sometimes I would feel it mostly on my shoulders, sa may waist ko, sometimes even sa legs. So that would allow me to focus on those areas. And when I do focus on those areas that parang nag-react, then nawawala. Then I would feel better. Parang bibigyan ko siya ng outlet and nare-release ko siya.
That's amazing, Yan. That's actually very deep awareness when you start identifying parts of your body that either holds emotion or holds pain or just reacts to something. That's really deep awareness.
I just learned this a few years ago, but while you were saying kung sa paano ka nag-start with meditation, I actually remembered a few times in the past, in the early, before pa tayo nag-meet. You know yung Regina Rica? So uh, I actually went with mommy and papi nung nasa Quezon City pa kami. They call it sit. So literal, sit. It's a contemplative prayer because you yung nag-form ng Regina Rica, yung magkapatid na sisters, contemplative prayer ang tinuturo nila. And so you just sit and you just really sit in the silence of the room, silence of your heart. And normally, like what you said, if may pinagdadaanan ka, it's not really silent. It's actually the noisiest place is in your head.
The thing is, nagme-meditate ka o hindi, the head is a noisy place.
Yes.
And only when you sit in silence do you actually hear the noise that is happening.
Yeah.
Kaya for me, meditation, it humbles me. It humbles me in a sense that, you think you're okay? You think you're all of that? You think you've gotten over this and that? No. So it humbles me to remind myself that, you're just human. You're just trying to navigate this life, this world. and give yourself that grace, that space, because this meditation, this quiet time is really for you to kind of get your bearings back. And sa totoo lang, we process life through that generally. Because even for the two of us, it's hard to talk to each other. May issue o wala if we haven't found our own silence. You know, like, pareho tayong crazy yung ang daming iniisip. Like, this is that, you know? So, pag nag-usap kayo na pareho kayong magulo ang utak at ang dami nyo palang hindi pa napoprocess sa utak, mas easier talaga mag-clash.
Mm.
You know? It's like two chickens, like, she's just diving in. So, I feel a big part of how we process is through silence. Like, kaninang umaga, it wasn't sitting in meditation for me. It was standing, and I was feeling the sky above me, and I was feeling the earth under me, and I was just feeling everything. And before I knew it, parang 30 minutes ko na yatang ginagawa siya. So, na-realize ko lang like, yeah, okay, that was my meditation today. And dapat mag-upo pa ako because I've been doing it for the past few days, right? Na, I think a week or so, no, 1 hour, 30 minutes akong nag-meditate. So, pero when I did that, just the standing meditation and feeling everything around me, I didn't feel the need to sit in meditation anymore. So every day can really be different.
Yeah. And I feel it really varies. It varies a day. It varies a life situation you're in. Like, ako, kapag sobrang relax ako and, I just need 5 to 10 minutes of quiet, of checking in. Like, I do this body scan that I actually go from the top of my head to the soles of my feet and back, and to just check in with every part of me. And that's it. Um, I also sometimes, just to reset yung yung iniisip kong worries or yung nagpapa-anxious sa akin, if I just take 5 minutes ng silence, na-dissolve siya.
Yeah, for me, hindi nag-work sa akin ang like rigid rules that you have to do this every day, and then you're gonna feel bad if you didn't, or you're gonna push yourself even if you're not feeling it. Mas nag-work for me ang, okay, there are no rules. Do it because you want to.
Yes.
Do it because you know it's helpful for you. Do it because the benefits outweighs the pain or the discomfort or the inconvenience of sitting for 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes, it's better than 1 hour per week or not at all. So for me nga, kahit yung bago ka, kunyari, you're gonna drive, you're gonna go somewhere, to just sit, breathe, intentional breathing before starting your car and driving to work, I feel that's already something. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, magandang idea yun kasi a lot of us rush. Like, rush into so many things, wanting to do so many things at the same time. And the benefits really outweigh all these things that we carry. Like, before, hindi ko rin maintindihan ang bakit ako tatahimik? Anong benefit nito sa akin? Anong gagawin ko? Paano yon? Like, masyado ko siyang ino-overthink. And siguro at some point, parang nire-resent mo yung idea na bakit ka magka-quiet time or bakit ka tatahimik. Pero once I did try it, and once I just stayed open to that idea of doing meditation and practicing it, nag-iba talaga yung perspective mo kasi I think you really have to try it at least once or twice to just feel ano yung mararamdaman mo.
Yes. So we'd love to know what our listeners, what their take is on meditation, Have they tried it? And if they have suggestions too on how to infuse or make meditation a part of their daily life. Or what do they use? What do they do to
Yeah.
process life?
I'm also curious how, if you guys are practicing meditation, how you got started, what made you want to try meditation, and if you don't have that practice yet, would you want to try it out?
Yeah. And just to say that hindi rin naman tayo experts and we're still, navigating through it. We're still finding our way around it. It's something that we know will always be part of our lives, something that we will always have in our toolbox. So it's not something that we will say, we are the master of it. Instead, it's just like a pen, a tool that I use when I need.
And this is us just sharing the tools that have worked for us.
That have helped us.
Yeah.
And magkaiba pa ang meditation practice natin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But equally beneficial.
Yeah, and no pressure na you have to do what I do. Or
Yes,
I have to
for
do what
sure.
you do.
For sure.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments or send us an email if you have any suggestions or any feedback.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.